not. Must view it now.
Alrighty. So last time, on the fall.
Oh,
Oh Jesus. Last time on the fall solstice, it wouldn't be solstice, it'd be equinox, fall equinox holiday of Halwick. You guys went and explored a mysterious show wagon in the middle of nowhere and ended up traversing through fantastical worlds, only to discover that it was a goblin with a powerful magic artifact that all he wanted to do was tell stories to those who didn't believe his stories were good. Two of you stayed in the wagon for a bit, while Alex chased your mysterious fourth party member, who was there before you guys had even gotten there, out of the wagon to chat with. So, shall we start with that? I guess not. I guess, John, Jazz, you're in the wagon. You've kind of noticed that Alex has left, but Jazz, you have that little familiar demon sitting on your shoulder that Alex has changed his familiar to.
oh yeah, I was also giving it head scratches.
You were giving it head scritches, and it's like, it's really enjoying those head scritches. What are you guys talking about? What are you and John talking about with this little? You're with Gimbo, and he's just like, and he's happy that you aren't going to take his imagination away from him. So he's just kind of like, so what do you guys think I could do better?
Um, Maybe give people a little bit more of a warning as to what they're going into.
He when he looks at you and he does that slow one eye to the other eye blink. He's like, oh yeah, um, I didn't expect it to do what it did immediately. I guess user error. Um, so you guys really think that people in the big city would like my games?
Oh, I think they're going to love it.
Yay! He gives like a dorky little clap.
Oh no, he's adorable. Borman, can we keep him?
What? Why are you asking me?
He looks. He's
Well,
like.
Alex.
He just kind of looks. He's like, I'm an adult. um, but while that's happening, Matthew, you're outside.
Yep.
You're with the Asimar Danny, and
Yep.
she just pocketed a stone of far speech when you approached her. And she looks back and sees you and kind of raises an eyebrow. I'm surprised we aren't just parting ways.
Well, last time we spoke, you said if I found you out in the field doing your job, that's when.
What is that
Yes.
noise?
Yeah, I have no idea.
um, I guess it's gone now. All right.
You're doing dishes in his bedroom. Um,
Oh, there's a zipper.
something.
Sorry.
Um, but yeah, you said last time if I found you out in the field while you're doing your job, that's when. I'm ready for it. Unless you think we'll find each other again.
She looks at you. I just gave that little goblin a way to express his imagination. And that's all he wanted me to do. but
It. I tell you what.
mm-hmm.
I saw that stone of far speech of yours.
Yes, yeah.
Uh, I'm going to, and I'm going to. Fuck. Um. Can't use that one.
Can't use that one.
I was looking at fabricate. I don't have a stone to turn into
Ah.
a. Um. I tell you what.
Hmm.
I'm going to write down all the material ingredients needed
Yeah.
for the spell message.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm making a scroll of message on the spot here.
Okay. That's fine.
I'm gonna hand it to her and put like a little wax seal on it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you tell me when you get back and when you are able to procure something that I can use,
Hmm.
and we'll find a place to meet if we don't bump into each other again.
She takes it, um, and puts it in her bag, and she looks at you. He's been watching the three of you as well, and
By he, I assume you mean Christopher?
yes,
Yeah. Well,
um, and he
as much
does
as I'd love an audience, unfortunately, that's not something I can do.
well. He's procuring something for you so
Hmm.
that the three of you can meet with him.
Interesting.
Not under any hostility, not under any, you know, wrong. There's no tricks, no gambits here. He just wants to talk. He sees something in you that I'm sure Abigail does as well.
As much as I would love to, my problem here is that Abigail's been keeping a closer eye on us than she's letting on.
Well,
Something I've noticed recently is that our good friend Tessa um, has not really been in contact with us as of late. Um, the one who actually sent us to Abigail. Not only has she not been in contact, she's been almost undetectable to us, at least.
you've
Uh,
seen her pretty much once, or you've seen her a few times, like very sporadically through. But
every now and again.
the only time you've really seen her recently was during the holiday.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I'm almost certain that she's keeping an eye on us with her.
Oh,
Although that may just be paranoia.
we have somewhere in mind that any prying eyes will find it difficult to see what you're up to. And don't worry, it's not going to be some dark cave or tomb. It'll be somewhere fun. I promise that.
Well then,
Are you sure your party is up for a discussion like this?
I'm not sure. They're they seem a little more focused on their own personal issue, or at least the the big man is more focused on his own personal issues at the moment than he is on what our duty is or loyalty's a lie. And quite frankly, the more attractive one uh, is very hard to read recently.
I see. Well, I don't think
I am.
um, I don't think anything is going to be a problem so far. and
Probably not.
you'll all be getting a letter soon.
A letter. Okay.
Yes.
I'll keep an eye out.
And she heads off, spreads her wings, and her angelic wings, and flies off. And you see under her armor a glint of emerald green as she flies off. I know you already know, but it's just for flavor.
Yeah, no.
Um,
I know what's under that armor, but
yeah.
that's because I've seen her without it.
um, the rest of you come out of the show cart, and you see just kind of Alex watching an angelic figure fly off into the distance. So, what do you say?
So, what was that all about?
Well, quite frankly, my paranoia of Abigail um has led me to some information that I think that the three of us deserve to know. Full transparency here. Full transparency here. Um, do you remember when I first left to go visit my mother? Roughly 4 months ago.
Right.
I ran into her, that woman. Her name is Danielle. She prefers Danny. Wearing an emerald dress. Granted, I think she was there on leisure. Um, but to be safe, I had her meet me at my favorite bar. We talked. We've set up. We've had small conversations here and there. At the moment, apparently her boss, the Christopher, the one from the letter, and the one that Abigail has been trying so very hard for us to not meet, has been watching us, observing us, and is quite frankly willing to meet with us. The problem is we have to get away from Abigail's prying eyes.
Hmm. I agree with you that Abigail is not what she presents herself as. But what are you hoping to get out of meeting Christopher?
The whole story. I don't like being lied to. I don't like being deceived. There's not really much about Abigail that I trust a whole lot. I trust she thinks she's doing what's right. I trust she thinks that her cause is noble. But we've made the decision not to act on powerful forces of magic. Although I certainly believe that if she had it her way, any source of a powerful magic would either be neutralized or made an asset to her organization. For example, Otto.
Right.
We created life with Otto. We brought something to life with Otto. Imagine how much stronger or more powerful Otto would have been had the crystal that he had inside him, had that not been neutralized. She
Fair
never
point.
she never told us how that crystal was ever recovered. All we were told was that it was a return mission. We don't know when that crystal was recovered. And that 500-year time gap just doesn't make sense. She's been playing this game a whole lot longer than she lets on. And in
Yeah.
the game, I intend not to lose.
As you seem to agree on this sentiment that, you know, hearing both sides to make your own opinion is the right call. Gimbo walks out of his show cart and he's like, "So I don't have any horses. I don't know where they're at. How are we going to get the cart back to the capital?"
You get your cart out here.
I used to have horses. I guess we were in there longer than I thought. They must have got loose.
Anyone here happen to be good with nature?
He just kind of looks
You
at.
just hear Borman crack his knuckles.
Oh,
Oh yeah, big man. He can do it, right? Maybe.
Hold on. Hold on. Hey, big man. Borman.
Mm.
Enlarge.
And
You up for this one? I'll walk outside alongside you so you ain't got 110 pounds to carry.
I'll fly with you guys too.
it's gonna take you a couple of days to get back to the capital in this way. Um,
With him being enlarged?
you're a little bit out there, but like it'll probably take you about 2 days, and not even like
Can
the
we not?
full 2 days.
Can we
Hey,
not travel through the portal that we came
yeah.
here
Not
with the cart?
not with the cart.
Mm. All right. New plan.
Oh,
Gimbo.
yeah.
What gear do you absolutely need?
Um, he goes into the cart. I need this. He's pointing at everything.
I'm gonna cast enlarge on myself and enlarge on Mint. Um, and I'm gonna cast enlarge on Gimbo. And we're all gonna take a piece of furniture and we're gonna leave with it, ditching the cart.
How tall is Gimbo?
Gimbo is he's a small creature, so he's like half the size of almost all of you. So he's now a normal sized creature. He's able to pick up his chest of props by himself now.
Yeah. Um.
Basically what the four of you can get is the bed, the chest of props, the wardrobe, and the desk.
Yeah. I'll carry the bed since I have the lowest strength here.
Actually, I think our strength is matched, Matthew.
What is your strength? Because mine is a 9.
Mine's an 11.
Oh.
You have more strength than me. You can carry
What
the
the
wardrobe.
fuck was that? Hold on. Did anybody else hear like somebody screaming?
A little bit.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
It's probably fine.
But
This is why people die in New York.
you're all
I'm not in New York.
I mean that doesn't like
Correct.
that doesn't disregard that fact. And your group comes through the portal room, and Abigail is sitting there like sipping. She's on her like third glass of wine. Um,
Jesus Christ.
and she's just sitting there, and she sees you come back like, "Did you guys get a little bigger?"
Nope, sure didn't. Don't know what you're talking about, Abigail.
Uh-huh.
I've always been this size,
Oh.
especially Gorman.
Why are you carrying furniture?
You know,
I'm gonna step aside.
renovations.
I'm gonna step aside and reveal Gimbo.
Gimbo waves excitedly, and she's like, "So what's his story?"
You see that hat he's wearing?
Yeah, I can see that there's some magic coming off of it.
Yeah, it brings his imagination to life.
Oh.
He's a
Does he got a dangerous imagination?
uh, I mean, we got hurt a little bit, but
Uh-huh.
It was more from
I don't
embarrassment
think
than
we would
anything.
have died.
Right. Okay.
You know, I think he's fine.
Okay.
I can't see that killing anybody. I
Roll
think
me
he
a
just needs to
persuasion check
reel
with
in his
advantage.
yeah. I just think he needs to reel in his imagination just a little bit.
You can tell she kind of let loose from,
Oh,
the holiday.
you said I need to roll persuasion?
Just with advantage, though. Like,
An 18.
yeah.
I don't have a plus or minus modifier to my charisma.
She just kind of gives you like a thumbs up. Obviously, she's kind of let herself, relax and party a bit. Like, all right, let's get him somewhere he'll be happy about. Um, I'm she stands up and she like wobbles a little bit. I'm gonna go to bed.
Wait, Abigail, would you mind staying and having a drink with me, maybe?
Sure, that sounds great. I really don't need it, but if one of my favorite people is asking for a drink.
Men,
What?
are you all right? Go right ahead.
This is like her third glass and like her second bottle of wine, so like
Can can we see that Constitution saving throw with disadvantage, please?
I'm just gonna let her have her I don't want to roll her stats right now. um because that's I don't let's see if I do actually have her statted out. I gotta find the page. If you want to see me roll it, that's fine. If it's higher than what I want it to be, then she's still drunk. Oh yeah, it is. Um, oh yeah, she's drunk. Wow, she rolled low with that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Damn,
Um,
for a con saving throw, that's impressive.
yeah, right.
All right, good to know.
You kind of broke a little bit of the veil there.
Just a little bit.
And
Just a
it
little bit.
so for those at home, that was a +7 Constitution roll that I rolled a 10 on. um, but yeah, you go. I guess you go like Jazz switches out, like probably gives like Otto the wardrobe or something to help them move it, which
yeah.
he uh, helps out gladly, and the rest of you go find Gimbo a place to set up, or you know either set him up in the HQ or somewhere else. It's not really important right now. I'll let the two of you think about it, John and Matthew. But Jazz, you go to have a drink with the already visibly inebriated Abigail.
Before Minth goes off with Abigail,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of gonna stop next to her,
Uh huh.
like next to Minth, and
Yeah.
go, find out what you can, but don't be obvious about it.
Already one step ahead of you.
For God's sake, don't sleep with her.
No promises.
Why am I even suggesting this to a succubus? All right, well, do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do.
By any means necessary, I suppose.
Any means necessary.
Now you have to upload the one shot for Halloween.
um.
I feel like that would be a good thing to do.
Yeah,
Is upload it at Halloween.
that would be a good
Not a
thing to
bad
do.
idea.
So the rest of you go to get Gimbo set up somewhere, and Jazz, Minthan, you go with Abigail, and she takes you to her private quarters, not her office. Um, yeah.
Jacob, I was mid drink. I almost just spat it everywhere.
She was already heading there, so that's where her mind was going, was home. And you go in, and it is a very neat and tidy room. There is a few different sets of armor that she has, all modeled differently, as if from different countries. Or roll me an insight check.
Sure. 1 second.
Yeah.
My insight's not great.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh my God, Matthew. Um, but you kind of see that the armor seems to be obviously from different countries, right?
Right.
And some of them seem a bit older than the others, but that could just be to when they were purchased and things like that. She hangs her cape up and or her cloak up, and she's in already pretty relaxed clothing. It's a bit more, it's not like super formal or anything. It's kind of formal, like business casual, more than business. Um, you're used to seeing her in like the shiniest armor that's in this room, right?
Right.
And she sits down, and she looks around, like, did you have something in mind for us to have a drink with? Or she kind of like looks over, and you see like a wine rack in her room. Or am I hosting?
I should. I didn't have time to pick anything up from Miles, did I?
Nope.
No, I did not think this through.
Do you still have any of the? Hold on. You passed out when you were drinking the magic ale,
Yeah.
or the magic mead. Do you still have it?
John finished the rest of it off, remember?
Yeah.
I thought he finished what was left in
Wait.
the container, not what was in the
Oh.
bottle.
Yeah, he did finish one container, then there was one left.
You still have at least a quarter of a bottle
Mm-hmm.
of magic mead.
Yeah, you have like one drink of magic mead.
The
probably.
gamble is that you can get drunk.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm not looking to get drunk, so I could just give it to Abigail.
Yeah.
Just keep pouring it to her. She's too drunk to notice you're not drinking anything.
Yeah. So okay.
Yeah.
You have that. I imagine that is something you have on yourself, as it is you're at least like, I don't know, Matthew, would you have left it with her or taken it after you woke
We
up?
woke up at the same time. I wasn't gonna take that shit back.
Okay.
Alex doesn't drink casually.
So then, all right. So then, Mint would have had the rest of it for purposes such as this. So Abigail gets a couple of glasses out, and you pour the two glasses, and just kind of hang on to yours. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Abigail takes a drink, and she sets not like a full, like a kind of like a half a drink, and sets it down. Is like, oh, that one felt like glitter.
Can you say that one more time, Jacob? My brain just fucking shorted out.
Oh no, she said that one felt like glitter.
Ah.
No, she legitimately said that.
Okay, I thought I was having a stroke.
Nope.
That's magic, baby.
That's magic, baby. And because you already know it's magic alcohol, you're like, I guess that's what that feels like.
I guess.
All right. Abigail is too drunk to start the conversation. You're on.
So how have things been going?
She smiles the big drunk smile. Just, oh, they've been going really well, especially today. I always am happy to be a part of this holiday. I can do whatever I want. And not have to do all the goddamn paperwork all the time. That's my least favorite thing about taking this job, is the fucking paperwork. Ugh. But what about you? You having a good time here?
Oh, it's going quite well.
That's good. Yeah, you know,
Hmm.
um, I'm sorry if I've made you guys feel uncomfortable. That's not my intention.
Oh, why would we feel uncomfortable?
I, uh, I've been a bit stern and kind of mean a little bit sometimes when certain topics come up. Uh, but I gotta be a boss, right?
Suppose so.
Hmm.
I like your sets of armor, but why so many?
She smiles. They're from different missions. Uh, different um places that I've been to when I was still doing field work. I like armor. I think it's neat.
Why don't you tell me about how you got some of these?
Hmm. Well, the one that I wear now, I had it made when I moved to here, to the capital here. That was a while ago. Uh, because I wanted something that reflected the place I was living at. Right?
Yeah.
Um, and the other two are from far off countries. One of them, one of them had a problem with sea creatures, and they had a lot of they had like some good heroes that stopped them. Um, but I just
God, she was referring to the fucking 5-year-old.
uh, I wanted I wanted something that reflected those heroes. They were great people. And you can see that each of the pieces of armor has a different insignia, 5 separate insignias on it. Um, yeah. And then the other one, um, she looks at, uh, and this one was from a country that was mostly run by elves, and you can tell it's mithril armor.
Oh.
And they liked having me around for the time I was there, and I helped out enough that they gave me this as a gift.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
You you must have done quite a lot of work or worked for them for a long time for you to have been gifted such a thing.
Yeah, I was there for a while. I was there for probably about 50 years.
Out of character, but Jacob, Abigail's human, right?
She looks human.
Okay.
So yes.
Interesting.
So this is supposed to tip you off on it, Jazz.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like, huh. And how long were you with the country that was with the great heroes?
Oh, I was probably there about 70.
Hmm. And then you moved here. What made you move here?
It was just the next country that needed help, and things were starting to go awry again.
This country need help with? We've been in a time of peace for a while now,
Oh, it's
for the most
it's
part.
it's just the magical item stuff. I've always done that magic item stuff. It's just that. Um, Sometimes it's during war, and sometimes it's during peace.
Makes sense. Hmm.
She kind of rubs her eyes. I'm sorry. I'm a lot more tired. I must have a little bit too loose today.
Well, that's what the alcohol's for, right?
Yeah, exactly. Um, if you don't mind me, I'm gonna go to bed. And she kind of gets up, um, and wobbles over to her bed.
I'm gonna go ahead and help her over.
Yeah, she smiles. Thank you so much. You know, I don't think anybody else in the HQ would mind your true form. And that's the last thing she says to you before she passes out.
Oof. I guess with that, I'll go ahead and head back to wherever. I'll head back down to the festivities for now.
Yeah.
At the at this point, while Mint was away with Abigail,
Yeah.
he's just kind of returned to his store to go tend the store for a bit.
Okay. Where did you and John set up Gimbo? If anywhere. I know
Honestly,
John
like,
might have a great place for it, but
yeah, John might have a great place for it.
John,
John, where
do
would
you
you like to set him up,
yeah,
or do you have an idea in mind? Because otherwise, I was just gonna take him to my store and have that as like a side piece to bring in more revenue.
Um,
you're with
yes.
Alex. You're with Alex, John. And he's going to help you move him. I put you into a trap, Jonathan.
You probably don't even need to roll this, but you can tell Borman's nervous.
Borman's kind of nervous, Matthew, but he's leading you somewhere.
Good enough for me.
And you, Gimbo, Otto, and Borman end up at an orphanage.
Yeah.
Always knew you were a softie.
And one of the caretakers comes out and is like, "Oh, Borman, it's good to see. Oh, are these your friends?
Yes.
Oh, lovely." And all of the little kids start running out after hearing the caretaker say Borman's name. And Matthew, Alex sees that one of them that runs up first is another little boar person.
I'm kind of gonna give Borman a look like, really? You put your own kid up for adoption? And then I'm gonna shake it out of my head. What is the caretaker? Describe the caretaker to me.
The caretaker is a lovely elven woman. Very, you know, looks, 20s for human and whatnot. She has this air of calmness around her, long, sleek silver hair. Um, she kind of has a glow to her, but you're thinking that might just be her personality.
Okay.
Um,
I'm just gonna extend a hand out for her to shake.
she shakes your
I'm
hand.
still enlarged, so like it'll
Yeah,
probably completely encompass her whole arm, but
she is unfazed by the magical enlarge and just like, well, what can we do for you?
Well, he gestures to Gimbo like, Goblin here, he likes to put on plays, and I figure this would be a good place.
She all you hear all of the kids like start murmuring and excitedly, like, plays? Oh my goodness, plays? And you can see the caretaker with this big, just loving smile, just like, that sounds wonderful. And were you thinking of you know, maybe this being a bit of help for us as well? Um, I mean, Alex already thought about using Gimbo for extra money. Like,
If you couldn't obviously notice, Borman's also blushing. He's like, yeah.
that's wonderful. She looks at Gimbo. What kind of plays do you make? He looks. Well, they're kind of like fantasy, I guess. um, they're super creative, and I think the kids will really like them. And she smiles and it's like, well, we'll have to see what they are like. And the four of you go to help and like put his stuff into a place for him in the orphanage and whatnot. It's more of like a faculty room. Um, a lot of the kids have surrounded Otto, like, oh, like he's so shiny. Offices and executives, the high fantasy game. um, yeah, a lot of the kids are really intrigued with Otto. Um, and he picks them up if they ask him and stuff like that. Like he entertains them as well.
Hey,
Uh,
hey, Otto.
yes,
You mind if I borrow that hat of yours for just
or you mean Gimbo?
yeah,
Or
Gimbo.
uh,
Um, you mind if I borrow that hat of yours for just a minute?
as long as I get it right back. He takes the
Yeah,
hat up.
you'll get it back. Don't worry about it.
He hands it to you.
I'm going to take this time
Mm-hmm.
to go ahead and cast fly on myself.
Okay.
Because I do still have the feather for
Yeah.
featherfall.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm going to fly over to the office,
Uh huh.
and I'm going to go ahead and dispel the magic on the hat. And the only reason why the only reason why I'm doing this is because he's going to be working with kids. The last thing we need is for somebody to get hurt at an orphanage.
Give me a second. I gotta see how dispel magic works when you cast a spell. Uh.
No, no, no. Like I'm not dispelling the magic on the hat. I'm putting it in the box to make it weaker.
Oh, you're taking it to there. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm because I imagine like if I dispel this, it's just going to be a helm of major illusion.
Yes.
Yeah,
So you're gonna put it in the yeah, in there.
in the box. Yeah,
Yeah, major
and then I'm
image is what
gonna
the spell's called. But yeah, yeah. I just
yeah,
look. I'm
and then I'm
looking it
gonna
up and
bring it
stuff
back.
like that.
And then I'm just gonna bring it on back.
Mm-hmm.
And if it can't do that, I'll enchant it to be
You basically turn it into like how you guys were taking like it built this beautiful fantasy world for you, science fiction world for you guys, and you guys were taking damage while you're inside. It was all psychic damage technically,
hmm
but you're basically turning it into only illusions.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. And you do that, and I'm guessing you pocket the bottle that with the magic essence in it because
Yes.
that would be that's just what my
It'd be
guess is. You pocket.
incriminating, and I don't have the key to open up the cabinet to put it in there.
Yep. So you do that, and you give him his helmet back, and he puts it on, and he goes to like use it a little bit just to see how it's He's like, did it do good for you?
Well, let me show you. And I'm gonna put the helmet on myself,
Yeah.
and I'm going to make m- uh, a major image of the orphanage turning into a dragon's lair.
Oh man, it really did work well for you.
And then I'm gonna take it off so illusion breaks, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna put it back on, or I'm gonna hand it back to him and just go. Now, if you want better magical props,
Uh-huh.
Come see me or Venus. He's got a shop in town, and I point him in the direction of the shop.
Yeah.
Um, if you want better props or magical items to help you maybe cause a better sensory effect or make
Oh.
something more tangible, let me know, and I'll hook you up.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot. And he puts the helmet back on, and his image of the orphanage turns it into like a science fiction building. It kind of breaks your brain trying to look at it. Like
that's fine.
you're just like,
Alex
oh.
Alex is not an illusory mage. The only illusion spell he knows is invisibility.
I mean, like even like the concept of this high science fiction building is just like, ugh, my brain hurts. um, yeah, and you know, immediately Gimbo sets up to start showing the orphanage what he can do for to build plays, and he asks Otto to stay and help him out for the first one as his volunteer.
Oh God, Otto's gonna be the fucking Terminator.
Yes, it's the Terminator. I didn't even think of what play it would be, but yes, he does. He does the Terminator. He's just C-3PO. But yeah, the first play is like it's not T1 Terminator because that's a horror. It's T2, so it's like the action one. Um, and because it's Otto protecting a kid as the Terminator rather than trying to murder a pregnant woman. um, so there's that.
And now that he's done, I'm just gonna return to my store
Okay.
uh, and check up on Scruff, see how business has been doing.
Borf. He
How
he
many items do I have to enchant?
he nudges a bag of 50 gold pieces to you.
Hey, how close is Alex's store to like where the festivities are happening?
He's close. Matthew, are you the opposite direction or close to Venus's store?
I'm in the middle of wherever the festivities were about to take place. I
Okay.
was very smart with my location.
Yes. Okay. So yes, Jazz, you can find him in like the main courtyard where the festivities were going to take place. And this is like the main towns, not just the NHQ. So
So it's safe to say that anybody following us would probably not be paying attention since we just got back.
yeah, pretty much.
Great. I'm gonna dip into an alleyway and change up my usual disguise and make myself look completely different.
Oh. Oh. You go from a blonde to pure black, edgy hair. You turn into a
Yeah.
goth. You turn into big titty goth girlfriend.
Yes, I'm a big city goth girlfriend now. And
Hold on, I got this. I got
what you got for me? If I get a notification on my phone right now for the lose chat, I'm gonna lose it.
Hold on.
Big titty goth GF. Oh man.
We'll say for the sake of it, since you said completely different jazz,
Mm-hmm.
you went from this to this.
And you became a man.
Hell yeah. No.
Uh,
um.
the first one that I figured that's what she turned into.
Yeah, that's the
Player
joke.
from Soul Eater, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm also gonna switch out of my armor
Oh.
into my set of dark common clothes.
Okay. Damn.
And
You
I'm going
just flat out pull a Spider-Man in the alley. Like.
fuck yeah, I do. And then I'm gonna go into Alex's shop.
All right.
So, welcome to Doll's Baubles. What can I do for you?
Hold on, I have to look at my character sheet real quick.
Alex is the new shop owner. He has no idea who all exists in this town. To him, you are just a new customer.
Yeah, that's yeah. John, are you just staying at the orphanage to kind of facilitate the play? Yeah. He's the
John's the big bad guy. He's just
John's the
playing victims.
Borminator.
The Borminator. He's the Baconator.
He's the Baconator.
Hold on, I'm just looking up something real quick.
That's fine.
Oh, she's typing.
Ooh la la.
Ooh, spicy.
That's gonna be 18 d10s of psychic damage. No.
Fuck.
I'm gonna pull a ball bearing out of my bag. I'd be like, yeah, you do enchantments, right?
Yeah. Depends
How
on what
much? How much enchant this with calm emotions?
Calm emotions. Calm emotions. That wouldn't be too terribly hard. Maybe 25 gold.
25. How about 20?
I tell you what, you're cute. Sounds alright to me.
Great. I'm gonna slide him 20 gold, and then in my hand, when I pass over the gold, I'm gonna slide him a piece of paper.
Oh. Alex, what is this? Your number? Oh no.
I'm gonna glance at the paper. What does it say on it?
Find me in town tomorrow.
And where exactly can I deliver this to you tomorrow? It'll be done by tomorrow at noon.
There's a bar at the edge of town. You know the one, right?
I'm familiar.
All right, meet me there.
And for the sake of it, for the sake of it, just for flavor,
Yeah.
I'm going to cast. Jazz, are you immune to being charmed?
Uh,
I don't think she is. It's just that she has the ability to charm people as well.
Okay, I'm gonna cast.
yeah. I'll let Jacob make the call on that because I don't have anything that says anything about it.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
gonna
if it.
cast a 4th level charm person
Oh my god!
on her.
What?
I think he just.
And then I'm just gonna shoot her a wink. And then that's it.
Well, Jazz, that means you have to make a what charisma saving throw, or
This is a wisdom saving throw.
you probably have it. Let's see here. Oh, okay, it's just
And
above.
4th person just lets me increase how
Yeah.
many people I can do it.
It is a
but
wisdom saving throw. Yes, Jazz.
Just for the flex, I've did it at 4th level.
Jazz, do. Oh no.
She succeeded. And you know that that I attempted to charm you.
You're just like, this motherfucker tried to charm me.
Instead, I'm gonna I imagine he did it right as I turned to leave, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn back around, wink at him, and then walk off.
Oh.
It's all sick.
Interesting. Okay. The night goes for the. It's probably like 4th or 5th day of Halwick has been concluded.
Also, if the charm had succeeded, if she had acknowledged the wink, I would have said actually on second thought 25.
And the day concludes, and Abigail has a massive hangover this morning. None of you see her, but all of you get little packages in front of your dorm with a note saying, "Here's your pay for the job," and you open it, and it's 600 gold pieces for each of you.
Holy shit.
She couldn't She couldn't get out of bed today because of the magic alcohol.
You know what, Jacob?
What?
Just for that, I'm
What?
going to fabricate some more.
Oh my god.
Um, and I'm going to, or I'm gonna fabricate a distillery
Yeah.
for me to create this without having to use a spell slot
Oh.
at my
Okay.
store, as
Oh.
a like, hey, like in addition to doing this, I'm
I'm a
also
brewer.
like I'm a
Yeah.
small town, not small town. I'm just a small
You're an
magic
independent
brewer.
brewer. Yeah, a brewery. Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
but
Um.
specifically, I make magic mead.
Mhm. But it's the next day, and the morning goes uneventfully. Most people are setting up for the sixth day of Halwick, as there's two more left. Um. And like that on the seventh day, that's when the fireworks show happens, like the biggest fireworks show of the year. So like the sixth day is usually pretty relaxed compared to the rest of the holiday. Um,
Then on this day, I would like to spend most of it finishing the painting.
yeah, exactly. But you also have an appointment to make at noon.
Yep,
So you spend a
and
lot
I'm
of the
going,
day working on the painting, and
and
you
then, well, I've woken up early to
yeah.
start on it, and seeing it's getting close to noon, I'll go ahead and go to the Rowdy Pony.
Yep. Um,
And I'm gonna request the I'm gonna request of the bartender that if he sees um, a beautiful woman clad in black walk in, to send her up to the office,
mhm.
and then I'm just gonna head up there.
Yeah. You'd actually spotted Thatcher working on setting up for today at the HQ, so you knew he wasn't there already, which is good news. Um John, what are you doing today? Let's hear what you're doing as well.
Got no rats, no witnesses.
Would you just
I'll
be
be back.
going to volunteer at the orphanage?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. And John, you get back to the orphanage and you see that Gimbo has settled in. Like, he has a whole fucking section of the outside of the orphanage set up for plays and stuff like that. There's a crowd. It's like 11:30 in the morning and there's already a crowd. Like, it's crazy how fast he got to work. And you get in and you see Otto and you see that this metal man is fucking exhausted. He's just like, I didn't know I could get tired, but if you've had to work for that.
Um, Borman just gave him a pat on the shoulder, just like,
You know what I just thought of?
What?
He's been using Otto as a fucking walking typewriter to write down all of his play ideas.
Yeah. He's been using Otto for
Otto's got carpal tunnel
everything.
syndrome.
Like, he's been using Otto for everything. Like, you know, as a data storage for his plays, to type them down and things like that and write them down. He's been using him as characters, helping him build props. Like, this robot meant to be an assistant to an engineer is now an assistant to a director.
To a playwright.
To a playwright, which is
Uh,
in his job description basically, but it's not in his description to help the goblin energy that little Gimbo has. Oh, oh god, I hate Shakespeare.
Hi, baby. I love you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Have fun in D&D. I'm gonna go talk to John for a bit while you finish up, okay? Let the guys know I send my regards.
okay.
we can hear you.
He doesn't know that I have headphones on.
Still. Anyway. Um so yeah, that's what happens there. Jazz, are you a right on time person?
Usually, yes, but I'm going to show up a little late to this
A
one.
little late.
So fashionably late.
Fashionably late, which is about 5 to 15 minutes. And you do, and the barkeep looks at you, and he gives you a knowing nod, and like does that, that shakes his head towards the staircase to go up to the office.
Jesus.
Whoa, what the hell was that?
What?
I just heard what sounded like a demon screaming, and then
Yeah.
Jake saying,
Well, I didn't hear it. Weird.
I heard it.
You may have kicked your microphone or something.
I didn't. But
Weird.
yeah,
Discord haunted.
Discord's haunted.
Possessed.
But yeah,
That was the Halloween update.
he gives you that kind of shakes his head towards the staircase to tell you where to go, kind of thing.
I'm going to give him a very charming smile and head up to the office.
He's just like wiping his glass, and you hear some of the other patrons just be like, "What's with all these young guys and their hot women coming in here? What the fuck?"
It's just the same woman.
I know, but they don't know that.
I know, it's just really funny.
Well, to them, are you still in your disguise, Jazz, or are you just Mint?
No, I'm still in disguise.
All right, then yeah, they're just like, ah, shit, all these young people keep coming in with hot women.
Yeah. Usually it's like fucking Thatcher, but like Thatcher's older and part of the group, and so they kind of joke with him. But when it's actually young people flaunting their young hot women, they're just like, fucking. Yeah, and you go up into the office, and it's that same office, a brand new chair.
Is there a window?
Yes, but it's kind of small and
I'm gonna
up.
close the blinds.
Okay. So you close the blinds.
And then I'm going to cast Tiny Hut. When I'm gonna cast Tiny Hut, and I'm only gonna allow the woman that I spoke to yesterday to enter.
Okay. So, Jazz, you open up the door, and there is a tiny hut on the table.
I kind of glance around like, does he know? I guess I'm gonna go in the hut.
You touch the hut, and you immediately are teleported inside the tiny hut.
I don't think that's what Tiny Hut does, is it?
It is a small hut that is bigger on the inside than it is on the outside, and it is immune to prying eyes.
10-foot radius and mobile dome of force springs into existence around and above you.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, that's what Tiny Hut does. It's not like a small house. It's just nothing can enter and nothing can leave without your say so, but also nothing can hear or see anything inside.
People?
It's characters.
Everybody got a...
Yeah.
Spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. So if I go in, I go into
Other
true
NPCs.
form, right?
Okay.
You would. So like I'm using it flavor because this room's about a 10-foot cube. Like it's not terribly big, but I feel like it's more funny to actually make a tiny hut a tiny hut.
I mean, yeah, I'm down to make it a tiny hut that we turn into Alex in Wonderland.
Yeah, Alex in Wonderland.
And you know what? Sure, for the sake of this, we'll say that for flavor, this tiny hut is in fact just like a small dollhouse that Alex seemed to have carved himself.
Yes.
That is literally just a replica of his old home.
Yep.
That he can no longer go back to.
Yep. And it's basically, and when you get inside of it, yes, it does. Magic doesn't affect and things like that. Like you are protected magically in this hut.
Hold on, I gotta check to see if I can allow her to do it.
You said the person you spoke to yesterday, even if you didn't know it was Mint, she could still come in.
Right, but I'm just seeing if the magical effect that she has of the disguised person would still fill up.
I think it would actually melt away.
Yeah, because it says spells and other magical effects can't extend through the dome or be
Yes.
cast through it.
It can't extend through the dome. So as she walks through, like Matthew, you see the person you talked to yesterday walk through, but that facade melts away into succubus myth.
Okay.
Boom.
And when she walks in, I'm just sitting at a kitchen table, rolling a ball bearing around on the table. And when she walks in, I'm just gonna go, so like, did you actually want me to enchant this, or?
I mean, it was just a ruse, but I did pay you for it, so whatever. Or just keep the ball bearing.
Done.
I don't really care.
Done. I'm gonna enchant it in a minute and just flick it back to her.
So the two of you are at this dining room table in Alex's childhood home.
I'm gonna
No,
go
this,
ahead
this is
and
the home that I lived in where the dog incident happened.
Oh, the dog incident happened. Okay, yeah.
So this is like Alex's actual home.
Oh yeah, it's his home. Yeah, okay.
That he can't go back to.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's see.
gonna go ahead and take a seat.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't find out too much, but what I found out has me interested.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna ask if you slept with her.
I didn't actually.
Good on you.
She's got some armor in her room, but
I
from a
figured.
bunch of different continents. You
Any I
know,
know of?
any what? Sorry.
Any I would know of?
You know, some elven armor. I'm sorry, I forgot what it's called.
Mithril.
Mithril armor. You know, she stayed around long enough to help out the elves enough for them to give her something like that. What was it, like 60 some years?
So she is older than she looks.
One from another continent that was full of sea creatures and legendary heroes, and she stayed long enough for them to make an impact and get armor based off them. What, another. I'm sorry, Jacob, I don't remember the exact times you said, but I think it was like 40 some years.
It was like 70 for the older one.
70.
Yeah.
70.
Well,
Then
you've
she came.
confirmed my age theory.
I don't think she's human.
Or if she is, she has a magic item that she's just not telling us about.
Maybe.
Could be a eternal youth kind of spell.
Apparently, she also does this in other continents as well.
I see. Well, the fact that you've confirmed it just means that I was correct in my suspicions. So now I guess we wait for the letter.
I guess so, but I'm going to keep working in her office and see if I can find anything else interesting.
You do that. I think I'm gonna take the day to entertain her.
Oh,
Yeah, I figure I can get some more information. There's some questions I want to ask, and I figure while she's hungover is probably the best time to try and get her to answer those questions.
Also,
I'm
Jazz.
sorry. God was laughing.
I just think it's funny that hungover and best time to is a funny combination. Also,
Her wisdom save probably won't be very high with her being hungover.
I mean, I'll give her disadvantage, but also,
That's what I was hinting at, but I didn't want to outright say that.
But also, Jazz, there's another bit of information that you caught right at the end of it. You've never really told. I don't think you've told her about your true form or showed it to her.
That's right. Alex, she knew I was a succubus as well.
You know Venus knows you're a succubus as well. I know you've never revealed that to him, but it could be an arcane eye kind of situation where she just kind of meets everybody for who they really are the first time they meet. And I'm gonna walk over to what looks like a cabinet, and I'm gonna pull out like a basically I'm just gonna sit there and make myself a sandwich in this tiny hut. You want one?
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna make her a sandwich too, and I'll walk back over with the 2 plates and sit them down in front of her.
Thank you.
It
So-
looks like fucking plastic, like a dollhouse sandwich, but it actually tastes and is textured like a sandwich.
I wanted to tell
the
Bor-
age theory, and you've also confirmed that she knows what you are without you ever having revealed it, which tells us that either A, she's scrying on us, and we are in fact being watched, or B, she did a little digging from when we got these stamps on our neck from the Colosseum. If you remember, we did have to write down all of our information, such as race, age, things like that.
Jacob, when we fought in the Colosseum, did I have to be in my true form or was I disguised?
You lied on your forms, if I remember.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep.
So I'm gonna look at Alex and be like, I didn't put down my real information on that form. I'm not stupid.
No. No, and that confirms that she's scrying on you.
Mm-mm.
Or that Tessa has been watching us.
Yeah, I wanted to tell Borman too, but I couldn't think of a way to make it not so obvious.
Probably best he doesn't know until we decide to let him. Not that I mistrust Boardman at all, don't get me wrong. I just feel that this is something that you and I needed to confirm, or that one of us needed to confirm that wasn't me. I understand I've been rather suspicious as of late.
Right.
So it's best that you got that information. I think now we play the hand of less subtlety and start asking some of the more broad questions and direct questions. Um,
Are you guys there?
Yep, we're still
yeah,
here.
we're good. Sorry,
I'm
I'm thinking.
listening. Yeah, I'm just listening.
I say give me the day to maybe get some information out of her. Um, I'm gonna see if I can figure out more about that age thing, but I may also start asking some questions about Christopher.
Don't get yourself in trouble.
Please. I'm used to being in trouble. One of my greatest tricks is getting myself out of trouble.
Oh, damn.
Best magic I've got, really.
Fair point, but I'd hate to see something happen to you.
Matthew gets sent to Brazil.
He gets sent back to the Five Heroes campaign.
I cannot go back to Brazil.
Oh, man. All right.
Gets sent to the 5 Heroes campaign, finds the axe. I can sell this to Venus.
Gets the shit kicked out of him by his own character.
Yeah, Chloe would beat the shit out of Alex. You know it.
Chloe would kill Alex in one hit.
That or fuck him and then kill him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, true.
Oh Jesus.
But no, Alex is then gonna lead Mint over to the door.
One last thing, though. You want me to sort of stick around in a new look until you get what the information you need?
stay in the look that you came in here with. If it's just Tessa following us, then she'll probably think that it was just a really big flirt and then something happened. But I say as soon as the tiny hut disperses, you should change back into that form you were in before. I've got a plan.
All right.
Okay. You leave the
I'm
tiny
gonna lead
hut.
you. I'm gonna lead you over to the door of the tiny hut.
All right.
Take a step out, so I can actually do what I'm gonna do.
All right. I'm gonna
Please
go
leave
ahead.
my home.
I'm gonna go ahead and walk out.
Yep. You turn
And
back
I'm gonna
into that previous form that you had.
follow her out.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna close the door, lock it, which turns the hut just
Yep.
back into a normal dollhouse, and I'll stuff it back in my bag.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just kind of gonna fuck up your hair a bit. Have you drink from that bottle of magic mead you had, if you have any left.
She has like one swig left.
That's fine, enough to put liquor on her breath.
Uh,
And then I'm just kind of gonna jostle her clothes around. It's like throw like a bra strap over her shoulder or some shit like that.
yeah.
And then I'm gonna fuck up my hair and unbutton my vest. Or no, I'm gonna button my vest back up. I kind of like
Yeah, I know what you're doing.
make this, and for the sake of it, I'm tap my neck like I need you to kiss my neck so it looks real.
I'm gonna go ahead and leave a good size hickey on his neck.
Yeah, there we go.
It's not just a hickey; it's also a black lipstick kiss. Like,
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm gonna walk out with this hell yeah bravado. Kind of like tip my cowboy hat at one of the old timers and walk down the stairs and put the 20 gold on the, or put 10 gold on the bar and say around for everybody. Nobody saw a fucking thing.
Everyone, like, they were about to be like, get the fuck out of here, youngling, and then you fucking paid for it, and they're like, okay, I guess.
And just to sell it, when I come down the stairs, I'm going to stumble a little bit.
Oh my god. That's
Yes,
awesome.
we had imaginary sex. Imaginary sex.
Like double imaginary.
This is not just a negative out. It's a double negative. We went too far.
But
What
yeah,
would your husband say now?
you leave, and with the facade intact, which is hilarious. And Matthew, I
And
guess.
then because I don't need them anymore, if I see Thatcher,
Mhm.
I'm just gonna toss him two of the octopus tentacles.
All right. Yeah, that's fine. You can do that. You can do that at any point. And then I'm guessing you go ahead to Abigail.
Yep, I'm gonna go to her office, and if I don't see her there, I'm gonna head to her personal quarters.
Yeah, she's not in her office, but as you head to her personal quarters, you actually see Tessa leaving with dishes, as if she's been getting Abigail food and like hangover remedies and stuff like that. She's like, "Oh, Alex, we weren't expecting any visitors today."
Yeah, I just wanted to get one last look at her. I gotta make sure my portrait's all right.
Well, go ahead and go right in. She's just like, Abby, you have a visitor, and she heads out.
Appreciate it, Tessa.
She's walking, and
And
you
I'm
can see
gonna
her like her tail's like swaying back and forth.
I'm gonna walk in, and I'm gonna is she like paying attention to my movements as I'm walking in?
She's like sitting on her. She's kind of like staring at a packet of medicine, like a little, like one of those like little like handkerchiefs, like square handkerchiefs with like medicine powder in the middle of it, just like staring at it like, I regret.
I'm gonna cast Arcane Lock on the door
Uh-huh.
while she's staring at the medicine packet.
Ooh, give me a second. That is
And
interesting.
all Arcane Lock does is it makes it to where nobody can enter it unless I say so.
I
Basically,
know.
it's the same lock that you have on the
Yes,
on
yes.
the
Yes, I know what you mean.
thing.
But I'm gonna check something and see if she notices it. Just
Can we do
because
that
it's a
against my
wisdom.
sleight of hand?
She has a disadvantage to wisdom, so I
Okay.
will. You make the DC for me,
Um,
which means that you roll first, and then
since you said she was okay, I was about to say,
yeah.
like, do you want me to come up with one? Because I'll
No,
say natural 20.
you
Uh,
actually roll the sleight of hand check,
right? Give me just a second.
and then
I
that's
do
my
have
DC.
no. You have to beat a 24.
Okay, and she has disadvantage, so she got a 10 with her hangover.
All right.
She failed it either way. That's actually pretty nifty for you.
Yes, it is.
Um,
It's quite intentional. The gods have smiled in my favor. Um, and I'm gonna.
she looks
Is she
up.
is she just staring at the packet?
Like after when you start walking forward, she notices your presence. It's like after you've already done the lock and all that kind of stuff.
Has
Um,
she taken the medicine in the packet yet, or is it still just sitting there next to the water?
it's still just sitting there next to the water. Um,
You know,
oh, Alex.
hey, um, so I can't help but notice you're just staring at the bottom of the glass. Um,
Yeah.
I know a spell that'll help remedy that.
Oh yeah. What kind of spell?
Well, you might not like it. It's Charm Person.
Nah, 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 nah,
Funnily enough, the
nah.
effects of Charm Person do actually remove the effects of a hangover. It's weird, I know, but
That's cute, Alex. I would prefer not to be charmed at this moment. And after she says that, she dumps the medicine in and just slams the water down. Like
hmm,
like
fair enough.
so hard that she didn't even have a chance to taste the medicine and then just hit like, puts the glass on the counter like you would a shot, you know?
Hmm. She just
Um
basically did a pentuple shot right in
yeah.
front of me.
Yeah. Ugh.
Um,
So did you receive the package I left or had
I
left at
did,
your
I did,
Good,
I
good.
did. I'm very generous. Um,
Well, that was what you got for working here. Um
well, and don't worry, we got him all set up at the orphanage. The
oh,
kids love it.
that's
It's like
great.
a little obstacle course, and apparently we even found a job for Otto.
Oh, really?
He's been working as a Gimbo's assistant, apparently.
Well, that's good for him to see he's found something that he's good at, right?
Yeah, a real calling. I think he'll enjoy it.
I think he'll enjoy it. While Otto's like grabbing onto Borman's shirt, getting dragged away by Gimbo. Like, don't let him take me. Hard cut back.
Hard cut back. So, listen, I wanted to ask you some questions, actually.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
and I'm gonna look directly at the armor from the five heroes.
Uh-huh.
And since my character is familiar with this legend,
Okay.
um, he's gonna point out. I notice your armor stand over there
Mm.
is modeled after the five heroes
Ah,
and their
yes.
conquest of the well, not really conquest, their defense against the rising tide.
She kind of rubs her head like, "Ah, I'm guessing you heard about that from Mint. I remember her
She told
being
me it's some
here.
neat.
I
She
remember her
told me you had some neat armor. I wanted to come check it out.
Yeah, I remember her being here last night, but that's about it. It's kind of fuzzy.
Well,
Um,
I wanted to ask, how'd you get armor like that? You know, not many people really get the details right unless they've been there.
mhm. Well, I've done a lot of traveling in my time. I've been to many different continents in this world. Um, this is just the one I've settled in right now.
However, I've I've visited that continent before, and one of the forgotten symbols, or at least one of the ones that nobody really gets right, even them anymore, is the symbol of the mage
She looks
from the
over.
Witch's Tower.
She looks over at the armor, and and you could see like the look of I didn't think anybody knew about that here.
Yeah, you get left alone with some books from your grandfather, and you start learning things. Um, what I want to know is just how old are you? I know it's impolite of me to ask a woman her age,
I was about to say that, Matthew.
but this armor's clearly been kept in very well condition, and you've got an insignia that I've not seen correct since the book and since my study of the tower.
hmm
I'm just curious how you happen to get it right, because I
I'm
mean, you'd have to have been there, really.
I'm an older person than many of you would believe someone of my appearance to be, yes. And I have been around the world for a while. And I know that a few hundred years ago would be the perfect time to get that symbol right. And
And another question, actually.
mhm,
That return mission you sent us on for the city of 5 centuries.
yes.
The more and more I think about that, the more and more I just can't piece together in my head when exactly we would have gotten that orb and why we wouldn't have returned it sooner.
Oh, yes.
That city's been abandoned and hidden for 500 years, and you know, and all of a sudden we have its artifact. You have to understand, it's a little suspicious, but I just want to know just how long you've been in this game for.
So, I've been in this game for probably 3 to 400 years. I'll be honest with
Damn.
you. I've done this for around that amount of time. But with the City of 5 Centuries, I've only been in this continent for about 40.
Hmm.
And
Interesting.
it was one of the first things we'd recovered. And you have to remember back, like your history books, back before, you were born, about 40, I don't remember. Is Alex young? Alex is like 30, right?
Alex is 27.
27. Okay, so yeah.
Actually, it's
Or
been several months.
so
He is 28 now.
okay, back before you were born, this continent was plagued with war.
I do remember.
So we
My
had just
grandfather was one of the deciding factors.
held on to that for a while. It was an energy source. People could use it for
Yeah,
wrong.
I could see it falling into the wrong hands easy, but I can also see it becoming a problem for any for any independents wanting to come to power. You
Well,
know, I'm not suggesting that you used its immense power to power this wonderful city, but it does kind of put the question in mind: why was this not returned maybe before we got here? It just seems very convenient. Is all. Pardon my skepticism.
I get that. And You've seen our records. We've done a lot. I think it just kind of fell into, backlog stuff.
One of those things that gets buried.
Yes. Not a dangerous thing that needs to be solved right away, but something that could be done at any time.
And now, I know you disapproved of my methods in the past with my espionage
Mm-hmm.
of the Emerald Coats, and I'm gesturing at my emerald shirt.
Yeah.
Um, I've not joined them yet. I've barely even made contact with one of them. Um, although I have been given an opportunity to speak to this Christopher person.
Hmm.
Do you have any information you could give me before I head in that could maybe save me from getting, into something?
Dusted. Yeah. She
Anything I really shouldn't bring up.
she taps the table in contemplation, not like aggressively or anything.
And
She
I know that you two have history. Wasn't really hard to piece together from our last conversation about this. Although I'm not gonna pry and ask you what that history is unless you're willing to forfeit said information.
she thinks about it for a second. He's as old as I am.
Okay.
That's and like you said, we've had problems in the past. But if you're going to meet him, if you're going to see what kind of things he does, I can't stop you.
I I wanna go ahead and preface something here. I feel that you feel that I'm insinuating turning coat. The emerald is just a disguise. I'm not staying neutral to this. Believe me, there are things that I personally would like to get to the bottom of, but I'm dedicated to what you do here. There are many dangerous magics in the world. However, we have also observed very many magics that maybe aren't too dangerous, and we've discovered some natural and some unnatural. Some items given out by these emerald coats that were not necessarily deadly. Hell, Gizmo's cap is so friendly and non-dangerous that we've entrusted it to the care of an orphanage.
She like raises an eyebrow, just like, oh, you know.
Like, maybe they're not all bad, sure, but I definitely agree with getting rid of the stuff that's harmful. I just want to make sure that I don't go in there and make a fool of myself. You understand?
If he's willing to talk to you, unlike many of the others who have met their end in this organization coming across an emerald cloak, then you're in no danger. And he's going to be more willing to talk about certain things than I am, I'm sure of it.
Well, Abigail, and I don't mean to rip your band-aid off. Or rip your bandage off. Sorry, Band-Aid's not a real brand yet. Uh, without ripping off your bandage, I just want you to know that any information that I deem worthy of discussion, I'm going to ask. And if he's going to be completely open with me, you know, I can only ask that if I come back and question you about some information, sanity check some of it,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I only ask that you stay open with me as well. I know we're newer here than most, but I'd like to think that our reputation precedes us, and that you do see us as loyal enough to trust us.
I want you to remember one thing, that if you talk to him about why we separated, why our beef is so strong, the gramophone is his fault.
Whoa.
Okay. Right. And and
And
because I know it's going to come up, what was your relationship with this Christopher? You say you two were just as old as each other. Am I delving into Evil X territory, or
we were a pair, yes, but I don't have the words to explain our relationship with each other.
all right? Well, that was all I wanted to know and talk to you about. Also, do you mind just kind of turning your head this way? I'm at a loss in details around the nape area. I just want to make sure I get it right for the painting.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. And I'm at this point I'm studying her for any like specific jewelry that for whatever reason while in a hangover she has still dolled herself up in.
She hasn't really, but I want you to roll me a perception check with disadvantage.
Perception with disadvantage.
Yes.
Okay, I can do that. Fuck.
Oh, that could have been so great.
It could have. Are you sure it wouldn't have been investigation? I was specifically looking for something.
For this instance, I wouldn't consider it. This would be something that would be perceived rather than investigated.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no, she's perfectly fine and normal, and there's no like extra jewelry or anything on her right now.
Gotcha. All right. I appreciate it, Abigail. Get some rest, and if you ever need to unwind, I've recently started my own independent brewery for a magic mead, as I like to call it.
Is that? Uh, I remember
It
tasting something that felt like glitter when it was going down. Mm,
I've never heard that description of it.
she shrugs.
Well,
Oh, and
if you're ever in the mood for a good drink or an ear to bend, Dole's Baubles always open.
would
If
I
I'm not there, just talk to Scrub. He knows how to press the buttons.
would I get a friends and family discount? She says in jest.
I think you know the answer to that, and I shoot her a wink and get up and walk away.
And you dispel the lock on the door and leave, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I dispel the lock and leave, and I head on out. It was Tessa standing outside the door,
um,
or is Tessa like anywhere in view?
um, you don't
Or did
know
I
if.
open the door and like she fall in?
No, like you open the door. Roll me a perception check this time. Just a normal one. I'll have you roll me another one.
11.
You're not sure, but you kind of think you see her tail wrap around a corner.
Hmm.
It could be paranoia. It could have actually happened. You're not sure.
Eh, I'm just gonna mumble to myself. Interesting. And I'm just gonna go back to my store, and I'm gonna finish that last 2 or 3 strokes on the painting, and then uh, if anybody else would like a role playing moment,
Cough, cough, John, cough.
Yeah, John. What are you going to be up to?
I will have to excuse myself here soon, as it is 5:20 and my brother is here.
Okay, well, yeah, we will be. We'll have John see what his role playing thing is, and then we can end it off. So
Because
John,
we did get a later start today.
what are you up to, John? What's Borman doing
Other than the volunteering.
other than the volunteering? Come on, I know you got something in that big juicy brain of yours.
You're gonna make it sound weird.
Come on, John. Do you go talk with one of your party members? Do you talk with any of the NHQ members? Do you want to have a sidebar with Otto or Gimbo? What do you got? Who interests you to talk to right now?
The most reaction I think you would probably get from Otto would probably be like, "Save me."
Awkward Alex.
Yeah, awkward. Alex is awkward. Um,
Working on a little side project.
what's your little side project?
That is what you'll find out later.
Oh, shut up. Oh,
Come
goddamn.
on, I RP'd faking sex with Jazz.
Come on.
Fill us in.
Fill us in.
It'll probably be done by the end of
Of the
what do you call
holiday?
this holiday.
Of Hallowick?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, are you making like a firework display?
Maybe.
Ooh, okay. I can dig that. So, you know,
He's sewn something. He
with
made a quilt.
with the help of Otto, as Otto will take any excuse not to be Gimbo's assistant, you are
The kids
building.
are tired of robots for today.
Yeah, the kids are tired of robots for today. Um, you build whatever your display is going to be for Halwick. The final day of Halwick arrives, and Matthew, I'm sure you gift your portrait to Abigail. Um,
I actually, I finish it
yeah.
and I cast enlarge on it, or I
Ooh.
enchant it with enlarging.
Okay.
That way, it can grow to any size,
Mm-hmm.
based on whoever is holding it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have Minth, and I'm gonna have Minth and Dimp, who I'm also going to enlarge, so he's the size of a normal person.
Okay.
I'm gonna have or I'm gonna ask Minth and Dimp to help me hang this over the tower.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. So you're gonna put it
That
like,
way, it's like a
yeah,
giant banister
yeah. That's so
over
cool.
the office tower.
Like you do that, and like many of the employees around NHQ are awestruck by this painting. It's beautiful. It's moving. You've got Abigail's likeness so perfectly. Um, and like everybody's staring up, and Abigail's in her office while you're doing this, and she turns out, looks out her window, like, why is everyone staring up here? And leaves herself to go see it. And she gasps, and and tears of joy run down her face, viewing this painting that somebody has taken the time to make for her.
And as she comes out, I'm gonna cast thaumaturgy on my voice to make it boom. That way, I
Yeah.
don't need a microphone.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say the captain and the neutralizers in their full beauty.
And it's just, and People,
Like I'm trying to incite the crowd to
yeah,
start roaring.
and the crowd absolutely roars and cheers, and spellcasters shoot illusory magic that looks like small fireworks and lasers and sparks and things like that. Music starts playing, and it practically becomes a birthday party for Abigail.
Aw.
Se
And
cumpleaños feliz. Se cumpleaños feliz.
and many of the
Amiga.
it's like, similar. It's more, it's a celebration of the captain, but like if you talk with people, they're just like, yeah, we don't know when her birthday is. We've never been able to really celebrate for her until now. Um
Is she just still standing there a crying mess?
yeah, like
I'm
like
gonna I'm gonna
many
like I'm just
many
gonna calmly walk over and like nudge her in the shoulder and go, so how'd I do?
it's beautiful.
Eh, nothing compared to the real thing.
You're so sweet.
Yeah,
And
I
like
try to be.
and many of the other members, like she gives hugs to everyone and things like that. It's a touching moment. And the day goes on until the night, and the fireworks display is, unless you've lived in the capital, it's nothing like you've ever seen. It is incredible. It's emotion striking. And John, what does Borman have to show his hard work for today? Is it like an actual firework display? Or
You might have got some help from
Or
Thatcher.
oh,
are we gonna get the Disney World
like dancing fireworks?
yeah, the dancing fireworks with the fucking when you
Wish upon a star. Um.
Not that cheesy.
So when you set your fire, I'm guessing you drag your companions away to see it as well.
I am. I went full cheese.
Hmm.
Come on, Borman, we love you.
What what do the fireworks look like that you have gotten help from Thatcher?
When he lights it, it launches.
It launches.
Yeah.
And
And bursts into a blue star.
into a blue star. That is
Then
beautiful.
two more burst beside it and start to move, to form shapes, leaving like a little blue trail as if flowing with the wind,
Mm-hmm.
almost like wisps.
Oh, the Lapis wisps.
Aw.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's a big, touching end to your Howlick celebrations. Later, another month or so down the road, the final touches of a letter are finished as an insignia is stamped into the wax seal. The card is picked up, or the envelope is picked up and flipped over to see written on the back in silver embroidered letters: Platinum Waves, the Platinum Waves cruise ship, before it's mailed off. And that's where we'll end today's session.